On live. Sweet. Cool. Awesome. We're gonna give this spy a little bit of time to kind of see what happens this morning. I've got some pretty important positions that I have going on right now in the energy sector. So I'm gonna really kind of be watching these guys at the open because I have some contracts I want to kind of close out. They're up a lot, a lot. So we'll see what happens. Today could be the reverse day if the market's gonna reverse. 300 was basically everybody's target, so I don't know what'll happen. We'll see what'll happen. We're definitely need to look a little bit more at the VVIX, the VIX, and the overall market today, because it's gonna be probably a pretty important day if we do see everything reverse. That would be big. That would be really big. So the news is all about jobless reports came out, and every single time jobless claims have come out in the last 2 months, ever since they started really reporting the jobless claims, the market's just gone up. So this could be a pretty big reversal point if it doesn't go up today. Stuff is down about 1% in the pre. And in terms of the 2 DTE options, it's mostly puts. There's a lot of stuff on Twitter, and I'm thinking they could be one that gets hit pretty hard from this. So I'm really going to be watching those guys, and we'll sort of see what happens. Dumped a lot of Microsoft the other day right here. And GE has been also on the dark pools a lot. So I know we finished them off yesterday, and it was like a really nice head and shoulders short right here, went to target, and then actually kept going down, which is kind of crazy. I see pre-market stuff that's probably printing from yesterday at 658, which was kind of near close. And there's a lot of people selling GE yesterday. A lot. There's a lot of people selling GE yesterday. I'm talking hundreds of millions of shares, easily over $500 million. Oh, I love the song. Excuse me. So if these guys reverse, they'll take a shit, and I'm not gonna make a play on them. You can make a play on them if you want to buy longer term puts, but this is really gonna be kind of the indicator of where the market's going from here. And then once we have that tuned in, then we can really kind of figure out if we should be transitioning out of calls into puts. Because I got a lot of stuff. The puts on these guys are, pretty reasonably. They're kind of hefty. So it's got to be a clear-cut play for everything to reverse or everything not to reverse or whatever's going to go on. Because stuff is definitely turning around here. So we're going to kind of see how this plays out. Yeah, stuff that was up 7% pre-market is down, so that's kind of crazy, man. So we'll just have to play it smart and probably close some stuff. We'll see how that goes. It's crazy. These guys beat earnings. They go to 34. Now they're at 20. I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. These contracts are, I think, about $1 at 31 puts. So that makes sense. The 31 okay. And it'll probably crash today after the IV crush. Whew. Okay. Let's get crunk. Let's get. Hey, thank God. I had these puts in iTub. I never thought they'd print. They're finally starting to go with the market sliding. Which is also good because that means AMD should close. I got AMD puts at 51 expiring like this Friday. So we'll see. They're at 53.40 pre. I want to see these boys at like 52, 51 today, especially on a red day, as long as nothing reverses. In terms of pre-market gainers, it's basically Seco and this other one, MRKR, and I don't see much else. Maybe UAVS, but I'm thinking MRKR and Seco are gonna be probably the best bets here. So we'll do MRKR. And get another chart up. We'll do one more. On UAVs. Cool. In the morning, out of sight and out of. It's nice to kind of get back into active trader. It's just been like so long. I don't know. I've been doing a lot of stuff in options, and I would be doing only options, but now I can actually do both because I like have a cash account, man, which is exciting. Might also get into some fatty Tesla puts. Oh, check this. They got Musk on the. Oh, okay, let's go. Alrighty, the ticker is SECO. See what you do here, Mr. SECO. Yo, I've traded these guys before. What are they at? They're at 344. So they're gonna hit hardcore resistance there. Hopefully they'll break that, and they should go basically like right here. This looks pretty good. Alright, cool. So these guys IPO'd and they've just basically gone like parabolic and then right down. So I like it. It's a good stock. It's volatile. I'm thinking it's gonna have support down here. And it should basically break here, which is, you know, it'll break VWAP or, you know, it'll break VWAP or it won't. Some with me lightly. Usually the marker doesn't matter with these plays, but I found it kind of useful lately, so we'll work with it. Do what, 100 shares? Pretty reasonable. I was doing fat position sizes on that other account. My bad, lost that. Oh, dude, everything's fucking red. Oh my gosh, this could be the dream. Reality, you only live it once, so caught up by the dream. Let your thoughts be free. I got more GE today at 654. That is a freaking serious drop right there. I mean, that's a big dump. ET's going down. Well, the market's going down. Whew. Brr. Whew. Snowblind. These guys are barely up for the day. Well, I mean, they were also, compared to the market, they're doing really well. But they were up like a ton in the pre-market. It was crazy. So we'll see kind of what happens with these dudes. Because they were up here all day yesterday. And they just had this dump this morning. So, like, are we going to reverse off of this? What are you going to do, Mr. Stock Market? What are you going to do, Mr. Stock Market? I don't think I can short in this account because it's a cash account. But, I can buy puts. But I can't really do 9 to noon puts because these stocks don't usually have pretty active. They don't have active options usually. So we'll see what happens. We're gonna scale into this position 25 share increments because it's just way easier. It's like 1,000 times easier. Yo, Flowers is at $19. Oh my gosh. Where? No way. No way. Oh my gosh. We're getting Flowers puts. We're getting fucking Flowers. What's the news on this? Strong revenue growth. Dude, these guys are literally gonna go bankrupt. No one's gonna buy Flowers. Everyone's stuck at home. Oh my gosh. This is super good. Oh, I love this stock so much. It is so good. Percent beat. Yeah. I'm up about 325% on these ET calls, and they expire in about 2 weeks. I'm trying to figure out how to hold this shit or what to do here. So I really kind of want to see the market kind of go green a little bit. But the news is all about stocks going down, which sucks. That's not good. So we'll see kind of what happens here. We're up about 300% on iTub, 200% net on the position. Another 50% on USO, but that one's not even at flat yet. So I don't know what I sold half of Marvel yesterday. They're down about 50% today. So I might out the other half because this thing's gonna get hit hard. It expires Friday, and it's pretty far OTM. You know, it's not gonna do well. So I'm probably gonna gank. I'm gonna out this thing probably. Unless the market reverses in like the next 10 minutes. I'll give it like 10 minutes. I love this stock so much. Check this out. These guys are the best. They're literally the best. I don't wanna see a whole line, 'cause he's too smooth. Yeah, he's got a couple lines that he uses every time, and he's too smooth. Yeah. 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 Alright, so this could double you, and if it does, they'll go to like probably 25. They just love this 200 weekly moving average. I mean, it's literally their favorite thing on the planet. I haven't been following him too much recently. I probably should have, because I should have fucking bought that, dude. Oh, man. But I'm hoping we can get these guys on the way down, so I'm not too worried about it. Business for them, super seasonal, right? So you got Mother's Day coming up, and when Mother's Day comes up, these guys just explode. It is crazy. I bought them in anticipation of it for Valentine's Day and made like 100% on the Valentine's Day pound, and then I got out and I haven't been paying attention to it. I should have been fucking paying. I should have been paying attention to it. Because these guys do really, really well Valentine's Day and Mother's Day. Historically, they just crush in Valentine's Day and Mother's Day. This is Valentine's Day, and then what month is Mother's Day? The 5th month. Sometimes it carries over, sometimes it doesn't. So usually they'll have like these big pumps around Valentine's Day and Mother's Day, and then they'll just tank. And so the play here is it's gonna probably take another 2 weeks, because I think I missed out on most of the move here. But these guys have such nice contracts. They're super cheap. You can get like 400% gains on these. Really simple. It's really nice. So I'm gonna wait probably 3 weeks. I basically kind of think that they're probably gonna go to like I said, 24. So once they hit 24, we'll slap up like a 2-week delayed put contract, and that'll take a little bit more finessing. It's a little bit more of a you gotta kind of know what you're doing with it, just because it's a little bit more nuanced. Trading flowers is super awesome. I love it. It's really one of my favorite stocks. It's got its own little like nuances to it. And it's a really nice company, because it doesn't move down super quick till that like consolidates, right? It's got to consolidate. So I'm gonna do an alert. We're gonna do a 24 alert on flowers, and then that'll put it on my 2-week trade radar. Once it looks like a solid entry. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Whew. Ooh. The question now is, do I unload more ET or do I hold ET? Let me get rid of all this crap. P doesn't know what to kind of skip going. It's not particularly reliable. Excuse me, sorry. Kind of went to 50, tatered off. This is a super good, like when these guys cross the 20 stochastic weekly, I mean, they just don't stop. I mean, especially after they dip, I mean, they always go up to the 100 or at least the 80. I mean, every single dip here, they go to the 10, then they bounce off, they go through 20, and I mean, the stochastic usually pump up at least to 70, and I don't see anything like that here with ET on the stochastics right now. Like, the stochastics haven't taken off yet on the weekly chart, and if the stochastics haven't taken off yet, then the stock's got more room to run, if you ask me. So I'm already out, I think, 1/6 of this position. But it looks like it's about to cross VWAP. I mean, that's really good. And the setup here on the weekly is pristine. You got a super close to crossover lines here on the MACD. And if you just look at it on the daily chart, it's like beautiful. You know, it's like super solid. You got overbought. It's exactly what you want to see, to have trending continuation. So I'm thinking hopefully today will be a little bit of a stumble for these guys. But, I mean, if people are freaking about the market, they should be pouring their fucking money into energy. So I'm going to hold that. I know ENLC is about the same. It's really the same industry, give or take. They're more in pipelines. Not too worried about it. It's kind of similar. This could be a W, but this right here, this candle right here freaks me out. I don't want to play that candle. It's just too big. This, I like. I know what I need to see here. I know what I want to happen here. Everything about it, I just like. Whew. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. I am, I've got, like, I think, how many contracts do I have? How many is that? 10? Yeah, 10, 20, 22, 8 calls on ET. I want to probably close out 1 or 2 of them today just to kind of mitigate the risk. So I'm probably going to out like 1/6 of that. I'll call it 2 shares. That's 20%. I think that's probably my best. I would rather do 16%, but I just can't really do 1/6 of a 10 share position. But they've gone up about 300%. I'm pretty sure. I can check the options chain. Oh, on and on, it feels me like a dream. Drum. Yeah, so in at $1. I want to see if I can get $3 for them today. I'll take 260, 270, 280 for a 6th out. Whew. I kind of like this play a lot on Seco though. This I think is going to be kind of cool. I'll look at the scanner. Hopefully it'll be the top of the day. Ooh, they're not. UVAS is. Yeah, but UVAS doesn't have a fucking setup, dude. That's just a, like, no, what is that? Wait a minute, where are these guys here? I don't even see them. Oh, that sucks. Why aren't they on this screener? Do they not have enough volume? I don't think they have enough volume. Yeah, the volume peaks at only a couple thousand. To a couple dozen thousand. Dude, this could seriously be like the play if no one sees it because of the volume right now, and then it spurts out because of the volume. Like, this could be pretty huge. Yeah, I like that. I don't like what SPY's doing, so hopefully it'll bounce right here on this double bottom, and if it doesn't, then it's not gonna be tremendous, but based off experience, it should hopefully bounce. We'll see what happens. Where I belong. I want to get another chart up, so I'm just gonna borrow the ET chart. UVAS is probably the biggest one, man. This is nice if it like crosses VWAP. You've got a pretty good chance here of a reversal to like $1.40. It's a little bit of a more difficult play to make, but I think I'll just keep an eye on this and SCCO, because I really kind of like SCCO. I mean, this is just a really good setup, so I'm gonna leave it probably at that. See what Nvidia is doing. Nvidia, yeah. So I'm thinking maybe we'll pump all day today, and then kind of dump. Because like I said, there's a lot of people shorting Twitter and Neo and Delta, and those are all marketplace. There's nothing about those that are, you know, particularly unique. And so looks like SPY's bouncing. It should hit VWAP and cross through. Just based on experience. Cool. I've gotta get like a heater. Looks like these are all energy companies that are up a lot. These are both energy companies. They're both up 20% today. It's looking really nice for ET. MTDR is not that one. But UVAS is pretty big. I mean, what's the play here, Mr. UVAS? I think it's a wedge if it's anything. Dude, are these guys gonna break? I don't want to mess with them unless they break to the upside over VWAP. Whew. This would be a good, really nice reversal if it crosses kind of over VWAP. It would sort of do the same thing SPY's doing, right? So let's look at that. QP. Yeah. We'll do like probably 300 on that. Increment in, you can increment in. It's not a big deal. But I do like that play. That's a nice little play right there. Seco doesn't have a lot of volume so far, so we're gonna kind of switch these real quick. Alright, here's Seco, here's QEP, and there is SPY. She says, sign inside, just run away from Atiba till the wake of day. Wait for no one, feeling ready. Don't get me up, don't get me up, don't get me up till I'm away. He says, son, it's time to start the day. It's time to start the day. Actually, I think ET would be a good one to compare this to because they're in the same sector. So ET's at VWAP, and they're like still going up. SPY's going up. I'm gonna in like probably one of these bad boys. We'll keep it tight on the stop. See how this goes. Do a stop kind of like at 88.9. It's a little bit tight. Kind of like right over here. Alright, I'm missing my join the bid buttons. I like the general like direction we're moving in. This is looking nice. If I add into this on the next SPY green, City of light, baby. Everything you're talking about feels like light, yeah. I want to see kind of the next candle close green on SPY, and then we'll kind of add into this. Hopefully off a pullback, which would be kind of nice. We're gonna up this stop to like here. Stay the same. The better day. The bang. Probably start selling this at about 116, 118. But up da 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 do da do. Wow. It's up da 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 that you're here. I did not bad, I can tell you what that feels. Alright, unfortunately, that is not a full green, red, green close, which freaks me out. So I'm going to do partial incremented stops, and we're going to keep it tight. Also, apparently I zoomed out way too much. Holy shit. Let's see, stop. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm liking this. This is good. I just want to see SPY get over VWAP, and that's the only thing I'm not gonna, budge on. It's gotta happen. How do I, like, make it so I don't have this pop-up? I don't know. Whatever. This is a pretty small position. But it's looking good. It's looking pretty nice. God, I wish I didn't have this pop-up thingy. Oh, it's probably because it's not linked to this, and this is on auto send, but this part isn't on auto send. So it's fair enough. I think another 12% in this movement, so I'm gonna add another 50, assuming SPY breaks VWAP. See you tonight. We're gonna seriously increment these stops, but as long as SPY crosses, I think we're gonna be good. We're at about 10% on this right now, so I'm just gonna leave these stops where they are. I know you're gonna have support at the whole dollar, so yeah, SPY's looking good. This should be solid. We're gonna do probably 50 on the ask. Not that high. That's a little bit high. Well, I guess it wasn't high enough. We'll see if we can get filled kind of like right around here. The minimum price increment is 1 penny. Well, then why am I not? That is so weird. Really? That's so weird. Huh. Is it because it's not 100 shares? That's probably what it is. Alrighty. Looks like SPY is approaching VWAP, which is great. Really great. I don't know what's going on with the selling. What the heck was it? I don't know, man. The system didn't accept your order. Dude, what the heck? That is so messed up. Huh. It's weird. I don't know if I'm able to add to this trade or what. I should be able to. So we'll see if that gets filled. If not, no big deal. I do want to increment these stops. I really wish it would just let me increment the stop. We've been counting up by down, hear the danger, out that today. We've been deadline. I don't wanna see that name. But Don't wanna feel that way. CREX broke out, which is awesome. I really want SECO to break out, and yeah, I really kind of am watching here for SECO because the market's going up, which is great. So I just kind of want that to translate into good old SECO here. I'm gonna do a half stop at 103. Oh, come on, dude. What the heck? All right, there you go. All right, we are out half. Danger, out and deftly. Da 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 light. I don't wanna feel that way. I'll be right back. Ooh. All right, cool. We closed 10% on that. I see a lot of stuff coming in on GE right now. At what? At 655. Dude, I don't know what these guys are doing, but GE has been super liquid, and yet people are trading it like no one's business. It is crazy. Wow. All right, UAVs is still at the top of the day. Fun the minute. Definitely the right call getting out of that. I think the next question is UVAZ going to continue? And I think the answer to that is very quite possibly. Especially with the market like this. It's looking pretty dope. So I'm going to do probably, what are we looking at here? A $4 stock? You back at the get bake me style. I'm going to do what, like, we'll do probably 20 or so shares so we can get filled. Yeah, it looks good. Everything looks pretty solid. Back to you. Back to you. I know that you'll be back. 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 Target on this trade is probably target. I think Target's like where it's at, basically. I just don't see particularly much upside in this one, which I don't get because it is really a popular one. This thing's got like a bulk of today's trading volume. So, like, those guys in CPE, and CPE is like less interesting. I don't know. It's Twitter. Come back to Twitter. Oh, CP is the one I think we just traded like 10 seconds ago. Yeah. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's a different one. Is this a different one? Yeah, it's a different one. You're looking at like weakness in the market right now. It's the only thing. But they're still over VWAP. USO is up. Alright, ET is at 850. Holy shit, these are up 600%. And these are at fucking 3. Okay, yeah. Hey Siri, call Dad on speaker.
Calling Dad. Mobile on speaker.
ET 515. Strike. What's the fucking strike?
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 70430148330 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, sell 2 contracts, ET22. Just sell 2 of them at 3 or 290 or 3. So I sell them at 3. What are we gonna do? We're gonna out 2 of these contracts, or what do you want to do here? Yeah, we're gonna out 2 of these contracts. See if we can get filled at 27. I think that's good. Yeah, 27. Or do you want to do 26? I got bidders at 26. I'll out. What do I want to out? You want to out 1 at 26 or 2 at 27? Do 1 at 26 or 2 at 27? I'm gonna out 1 at 26. And I will sell 1 more at 27, maybe 20. We'll hold the other one until noon, because that contract should have been the entire cost basis of the trade. Yeah, that contract was the cost basis of the trade. So we are in pure profit. SPY's in a red, green, red, so I'm going to be looking for some fat call plays. I know Tesla's moving a bunch today. I do know that. I can't do those contracts on this account though. They're a little bit pricey. You and I like this. I want to make a play on it. Too much of a pussy. I'm not gonna do it. And I said, hey, Carissa. So I do the desert night. Hey. Oh shit, these guys broke VWAP! What's the ticker? MRKR. Ugh. Do it. Alexa, 100 divided by 2.7. Alexa, 100 divided by 2.7.
100 divided by 2.7 is 37.037.
37. What do you want to do? On 10 share increments? sheesh, chill out. Hey,
Hey, how's it going?
great.
Great. Did I miss a call from you?
Yeah,
What do you got?
sell 2 contracts at 3.
What's that?
Sell 2 contracts at 3.
L2 contracts at 3. What's that mean?
Sell 2 contracts at 3.
L.
Sell
Oh.
2
Buy?
contracts.
Same.
Sell.
Same.
Sell.
Sell?
Sell.
Sell.
Sell
EA?
2 contracts.
Sell 2 contracts of EA?
You don't own EA.
What?
You don't own EA.
So how do I sell it?
You own ET. Sell 2 contracts.
Sell 2 contracts of ET
At 3.
at 3?
Yes.
So a limit order at
Yes.
3? Sell 2 contracts.
Sell
of my
2
10.
contracts at 3.
Sell 2 of my 10
Sell
at 3.
2 contracts at 3.
Okay.
Great.
Alright, I'm gonna have to log in and figure that out.
Good luck.
Alright.
But I'll be there too again. I just can't wait to discover. And all the time it's at the top in me now. Summer. I just can't wait until the summer. Someone's stopping me now. There to again. I just can't wait. 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 Hey, that's what I'm looking for right there. see if we can out one more contract. One more contract. Well, I covered the cost basis of the trade, so I don't think I have to sell it. I do need to deal with A and B though, because they're kind of bouncing today. So we'll see. We'll see. Mr. ET, Mr. ET, Mr. ET, Mr. ET. ENLC's up 2%, which means the calls are going to be up like 75%. So I'm pretty confident with what we're doing here. I like how this is working out. Yo, their puts on UAVs. UAVs. Ah, no puts, no puts. But yeah, he should be able to get. Oh, 298. Are you fucking me? Ugh, I hope he gets filled at 3. I'm really loving these partial orders. They make it so much easier. I mean, it is like a godsend to be able to do partial orders. It really is. It is just super nice. Alright, we're gonna out. Let's get the fuck out of half. And we're gonna do the other half at like 293, 294. I think that's pretty reasonable. This was a small position, so it's not gonna be humongo-ungo. But I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. So we'll do da 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 da. I love these OCO orders. They're literally my new favorite thing ever. They're the coolest thing on the planet. You can link a stop loss and a market and a sell. It's like the best thing ever. They're literally they're my favorite. I cannot tell you how awesome OCO orders are. I never knew about them until like a week ago, and I've uncovered them now. And they're like the greatest thing ever. I mean, they're just awesome. They're so good. And I mean, it just is amazing what these things do. It is crazy. And you can even do like double partials on them if you're ballsy. I'm pretty ballsy, but I don't think I have the time to do it on this trade. I'll do it on the next trade. But you can do double partial stops. I mean, it's like crazy how effective these things are. They're like magic. Anyway, the only thing I'm worried about is ENLC. If they don't like go up big today, it could hurt their momentum a little bit. So I might out. I'm out like 1/11th on them, and I might go to out like probably 1/8 like I did with ET, and I think that's a pretty reasonable proposition. I'm gonna stop this shit quick. Just because this will either close red, green, red, or it won't. If it does, my profit target is basically where it should go to. So I'm just going to leave that with where it is. I'm going to up the stop to the start of this greenie right here. And yeah, it was a good trade. The VWAP crossover, upward wedge, broke out. And obviously market. Not so much market because the market's going down and this shit's still going to probably hit target. But it helps, you know, every little bit helps. I'm gonna, like, this stop can basically be tight. As long as these candles play nice. You can do pretty tight stops on these. Once they have the red, green, red, it's like, it's basically just pure money. I wish it would auto send. I'm sorry, I don't know why it's not. If I hold down shift, you think it'll auto send? No, it totally won't. I don't know what's up with that. Auto send with shift click. I totally shift clicked. Spy's going down. Seco still hasn't broke out. Let's see. UAVs is just doing their thing. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I don't know how to trade that. That's a difficult trade to make. If you miss the breakout right there, you're kind of done for. We're going to filter by volume, I think. Seco. There we go, Mr. Seco. we're gonna stop at 285. I think that's fair. Yeah, stop at 285, and then I'm not gonna touch that. Thanks to the magic of OCO orders, I don't actually have to do anything with that trade anymore. So we'll watch it on the 5-minute chart, but besides that, I am done with this stock. QEP. I traded these guys. I made a lot of money on them. I'm pretty happy with it. I don't see much here unless you want to play this as a wedge. This is a tough fucking wedge to play. Like, that is a difficult wedge. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to play that. CPE has the most volume for reasons that are beyond me. But, I mean, they've got a lot of volume. So does ET, dude. People are freaking messing with this thing at 849. Look, I seriously see a lot of dark pool activity here. So I'm definitely going to be watching these guys closely, because I think people are either dumping their money in gas or they are selling like there's no tomorrow. And I think it's the former. Hopefully it'll work out. Sometimes you have to not be a greedy idiot and take it when you get really high like this, which is probably what's going to happen. I really want to get filled at 93. But, hell, you know what? If I have to sell at fucking 92, I'll do it. So we're going to cancel that. We're going to do 10 here. And we are going to sell. Fucking do it! And we're out. We got filled. What did we get filled at? We got filled at 290. You know what, dude? I'll take it. High a day was 293. I wasn't, for some reason, a transaction that got filled on that candle, which was my target. I should have just done it a penny lower, but at the end of the day, I got out of 290, so it all worked out. Profit on that trade is like, I don't know. We'll do all the other. We'll do the trade stuff later. I am more interested in what ET's doing right here, which is kind of crazy. And ENLC. Yeah, this looks good. These both look just really nice. So I'm going to leave them around to play. Excuse me. VFix is up big today. 2%. Not enough for me to care about it, but more than I've seen the whole week. Probably because it's the first. Well, I mean, the other day was red day too, though, so I don't know. We got to write the words in the end. Begun. You just wanted you to know. Don't know why I am right now. I'm going to be it's hard to find. I knew that I would be, and you stand at your back. You took us up to down, at the place of your life. Since up a little part, that you will be mining down. Oh, these guys gonna run away from me? You gonna fucking run away from me? I'm not gonna make that trade if it's gonna run away from me. That was a nice wedge breakout. Target on that is basically upper VWAP band. You got about 10-cent spreads here to make on, you know, it's like 5%. It's pretty good. But if it runs away from you, then what are you gonna do? Should have done buy market, because the spread's so tight. I really should have just done buy market, but it didn't, so you'll learn. Especially if you're doing partial increments, like I was doing partial increments. Even if you just buy market on your first one and then you try to limit in the other ones, that can work really well. That's a pretty good strat. ET's on the Gator list! Ah! Yeah, you should be able to sell at 3. He'll probably have upper price spikes, but I just want him to get out partial. What are they at? The 8 call. Yeah, they're down to 250. The volatility's down a bunch, so he should get filled at 3 at 11 o'clock. It's not a big deal. Because they're going to break out right here, and then they'll go to like 8.7, 8.64, something like that. By 11, like I said, by 11 o'clock. That's why I sold 1 this morning, not more, because like I said, by 11 o'clock you kind of know. Especially if it has that second breakout, it's not that tough. I'll put that, I'll just, I'll put it right here so you guys can watch. And by 11 o'clock, he better be out at fucking 10-20% of that position. 10% of the position? 20%. You want to do out 1/6, which is 16%. You just get those numbers based on like gut experience. But he doesn't have like the proper increments to do that. So you have to do full 10% or 20% or it's nothing. This could be nice. This thing breaks VWAP. It'll go to like 210. I mean, that could be really solid. I'm gonna put that over here because I really like that. And I'll just put it next to Seco. Both of these have potential to break, and they break hard if they do break. So I would love to see those. Love to see it. That would be really good. Really nice. Yeah, so there's ET. Just give it a little bit of time. It'll pop. I'm gonna stop trying to look at these contracts. I'm just gonna copy this and paste it. I have 9 calls here, so they're at 20. Damn, I did a good job selling earlier. I sold premiums at 26. I mean, I was only a couple cents off. My cost basis for the trade was 28 for like everything I bought, because I bought at like 4 cents. So I am not particularly worried, because like I said, the underlying stock movement on the daily chart is just 10 out of 10, and I see people buying this shit up as insiders like no one's business. And I know that if you out your entire cost basis at the beginning, it's going to make it so much easier to hold that shit when it comes time to really get into like the 1000% territory. So yeah. Woo! Alrighty. I know there's going to be a big play on Twitter. Oh, no fucking shit! Look at these guys! I outed them at 2.9, but dude, sometimes they just keep on going. It's crazy. If I have more shares, like I put in like 3 orders, I only got filled on, I think, 2 of them. Usually that third one you can kind of keep on holding if you got balls. And I got balls. And it'll go sometimes. It'll go far. These things will really move. What was this? It was the ticker. I'll keep it up just so you guys can watch. MRKR. Yeah, see how high they go. Dang, that is super impressive. You gotta kind of sell when you get to your target sometimes, but you can hold that last third, like I said, and it can really go. So it's good to kind of learn. Whew. See what cryptos do. There was this dope Head and Shoulders at 2 a.m. this morning. 2 a.m. best trading ever. I mean, it's literally amazing. And this was a really nice, really solid move. So I've been playing a lot of that lately when the markets have been closed, because I'm finally not spending 20 hours a week, 30 hours, 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours a week on schoolwork. I can actually do things I care about, and it's just super exciting. So yeah. Oh shit, someone's buying Marvel puts? Dude, I got Marvel calls. That is some bad news bears. Let's see, what's Marvel doing? Oh, dude, I'm telling you, that's a W. That's a freaking W. Why would you buy puts on that, dude? Check this out. Bam. Target on it is like 1x targets here, and then you can 2x target. You go, fucking go. Can't you tell me all the things and so I'm probably gonna have to out these. I don't get how the AMD ones aren't doing as well, but I guess it's just how it works. They're flat today, and these guys are probably getting crushed on time by it because they expire in like 2 days. So it's only one contract, and it's literally $10. So we'll see. If market goes up, then it will probably make sense to close out these AMDs. I thought they would go up more, but they were just a little bit too far OTM, and the IV wasn't good for them. So, you want to out this? I think we might have to out this. So you gonna out this? You ready to out this? Let's see. AMD. Don't you go? Don't you tell me all the things come slow? AMD. For them to close at 51 by tomorrow, this could do a green, red, green. As long as it doesn't go above like 54, which is literally what it's at. Look, I got balls. I'll hold it. I don't know if I should or not, but it's only one contract. If it was 2 contracts, I would out half right now. But it's not 2 contracts, right? It's one contract. So I'm gonna hold. Tell me all the things in so. Are there spies expiring today, I wonder? No, there are not, but there are Fridays. So. Oh, ET did what? Oh my god. Whoops. Anyway, ET went to my target. I don't understand why these are not worth $3. That's bullshit. Just give me a second. I'm gonna spend 10 years pulling all these charts back up. It's always like sad when this happens, but it's also kind of like, what are you gonna do, man? Shouldn't have messed with Twitter, I guess. Okay. Yeah, so back down to where we sold at. It'll probably go down for the rest of the day. You could buy puts on this. You could short it. It'll go to like 2.7. I'm just not. I can't short, and I don't think that has puts on it. Wow! Oh, look at that. That's a big move, dude. I will trade that. That's a freaking really nice symmetrical wedge. I don't have the BP to do it, but gosh, when I get it, it's gonna be a play right there. stop on this trade's like 107. Entry points like, 105. And then target is basically like right about there. It's like 25 increments. See if we can bid like. Can I short this stock? Dude, I don't get why it's doing this price increment shit. This is silly. Yeah, there's ET. That's what I'm looking for right there. Yeah, I can't short on this account. Unfortunately, there is no way for me to make a play. Oh, yeah, there is. They have $1 puts, dude. Okay. This is good. This is really good. This is really good. I want to look at the price history of these. Make sure these puts like actually move. These puts move. Sort of, kind of. Yeah, they've doubled before, so this can move. This can move big, 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 big. Okay. To knife. Coming to life. Okay. Trade. I want puts. Give me the puts. How do I zoom in? Alrighty. They're 5-cent increments. Alright. Great. We're gonna sell these in 5-cent increments. These are puts, right? They go up when the price goes up, right? Just make sure we have the right instrument here. This is not the price fucking goes down. I'm thinking we should be able to sell like most of them at. I mean, this is what? This is 95 to 105. That's like 10 cents. So we should probably be able to out them at like 35 or 40. So I'm gonna split these up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 3 at 40. I'm gonna do 3 at 45. I'm gonna do 4 at 35. And that should put me first on these order books. So, I mean, even if I get bonked on execution, I should be first on the ECNs to like get sold once this shit starts moving. So hopefully that works. There's a lot of people trying to sell these contracts, so it's a competitive market. I might have to get out on the bid if it comes to that. Might have to get out on the bid. We'll see kind of what happens. I don't understand why these ET contracts aren't at like 3, but 270 is really good on him. I'm not gonna lie, that's really good. So at 11 o'clock, we're gonna close those for him at least. This is just a Head and Shoulders setup, so pretty simple little trade here. We're in 10 contracts. Yeah, I think 12 minutes. I'm giving ET 12 minutes. I see people messing with this thing at 49, so I know it's good. You know what you can do, and I've heard this helps execution, is if you take your 3 orders and you just fucking make them 3 1 orders, like it's supposed to help. I have no clue if it does, but I'm sure it's gonna mess with TD, and I love messing with TD, so I think we're gonna do it. All I see is you. So I got 10 of these, yeah? Yeah. I guess you don't need that wide of a thing, do you? All that I seem, all that I dream.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Yeah, dude, whoever was smart enough to buy these Tesla puts, fucking gods. They're $1,600 contracts, but still, I mean, these guys are amazing. Bought 850 puts when they were at like 860. That's really good play. I mean, bravo. That's 100% gain right there. Ooh, it's cool. I like AMD going down. I don't think this is going to be good for Marvel, so I'm going to close Marvel. Definitely bad play on Marvel. It was based on like an unusual options activity play, and it just didn't turn out the way I thought it would. So I'm going to out this trade, sell at 10 cents. I mean, what do we have to do? Are you seriously going to fill me at fucking 9? I don't want to get filled at 9. Just give me 10. 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 You gonna give me 10? I don't know if I'm gonna get 10. I might get 9. I want my $9. Nah, I should be able to get 10. Give me 10. Come on, give me 10. Give me 10. Give me 10. Give me 10. I will pull this order if you don't give me 10. Yeah, one. Okay, we outed at 9.
Hey, bud.
Hey, did you get filled?
I'm still working on it.
Okay, well, did you submit an order?
Nope, not yet. I'm trying to log in.
Oh, okay.
All right. So one third at 3.
No, sell 2.
2 contracts at 3. Got it.
Yeah, well, you missed that boat.
Okay.
Sell 1
Nice.
contract at 260.
1 at 260. Okay?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll try. Bye. Alright, I'm trying to log in now and try. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Alright, bye.
Ooh. Here to the shoreline. The day does it draws your mind. Dude, there are so many people trading GE. It's crazy. Alright. Oh, stop selling at 25. What are you doing selling at 25? Oh. Oh, yeah, that's right. You don't have to bid in 5-cent increments. I forgot about that. I wish there was a... Can you, like, zoom in on it to 1-cent increments? Or does it not want to, like, do that? I guess not. Yeah, it'll only let you do 5 cents. Luckily, we can go over here and trade it. Thanks to the magic of decimal points. I found the start. I know. And I know what I say. Yeah, G's about to tank. Check this out, check this out, check this out. I'm totally not budging from this trade. But if this candle right here is red on GE, it is gonna go like straight down. It's gonna be awesome. Excuse me. That wasn't pretty bad. Let me just make sure my calls are gonna get filled the right way. Let's see. ENLC calls. I might bop. Well, that's the same play as ET. The USA calls are the ones that are really giving me a herder term. And then I got puts on IEF, so it should be pretty much okay. Ooh. Free now, baby. Yeah, it's really interesting. Energy and oil are just completely fucking independent of the market. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Oh shit, he better not be trying to sell that at 260 now. Hello.
Hey, we got to change the price. It's moved up.
Yes.
So what do I'm going to sell at 280?
Are you in your account?
Yeah, I'm in my account.
Alright, what's your cost basis?
Hang on. I got to switch over. My cost basis, I got to go back for that, man.
Well, how much did you pay?
I don't know, dude. I'm trying to do this on my iPhone. It's very difficult.
Oh, well then don't worry about it.
I'm looking in the quote section. I don't know what where do I?
Like I said, if you don't want to deal with it, don't worry about it.
All I can do is trade it, buddy. I can't tell you my past history on it right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's 280. The bid's 270. The ask is 280. So the price has gone up.
Yeah.
The day high is 290. Day low is 230.
Yeah.
So what's the plan? What do you want me to? What's your suggestion? What do you want me to do?
Sell a contract at 270.
270. Why not 280?
The bid is not 280. I'm looking at the level 2. Sell a contract at 270 right now.
Okay, trying. Bye.
Love you.
Jackie.
Ticket to 275.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I smoke a lot of weed. Says I'm a bad. I picked up out of weed. My dad says I should get a job. I smoke a lot of weed. My mom says I'm a bad boy. My dad says I should get a job. Bad boy. Oh shit, yo, these guys are going to VWAP. Look at this, look at this. Ooh, look at that! Nothing else matters. I must trade SECO. What do you want to do here? 100 shares? We'll do increments of 25 in. Stop on this partial fill is at 208. Oh, come fucking on. Fill that. Then our eyes recline. Destination. Touch the clouds and gravity's edge. And the rest is awesome momentum. Doesn't matter if I can't see it out there. Gonna silhouette does take her towards the sun. And I see your darkened eyes. Oh, dude, there are just so many people signing these contracts that they're not moving. That's the thing with these lower price stocks. It's just the contracts are harder to trade sometimes. When you reach me, da 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 day, oh da da time. Da, 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 da. When you reach me, da, da, da. How many times do we have to bathe in the sand till the day don't dash away? We have day all day. Out of the world in an instant. I could done out the days of a distance. You, I know, I hear. I see these darkened eyes. I want to day this time. Still hiding in my. Take my say, throw it away. Then you reach me on the desert sea. Love down the down at the desert down. When you reach me, I'll sit tonight. Don't wanna fit you with that diving guy. I tell me the wrong way. Reach me, you'll stay. Yo, these energy plays are going big! I paid 10 cents for 9 calls on ET, or 4 cents or 5 cents or something like that. Believe. Okay, I gotta out these contracts, bro. I just hit target almost. I'm super close to target. Why the fuck can't I get filled on these? Is the question. That is the question. Maybe I can out some of them at like 29 cents? Like, is that kind of what I want to do here? What do I want to do here? There's just not a lot of volume, right? And that's the thing that it's just stupid. It's like I made the right call on this trade and I can't fucking exit it and I'm at my profit target. So I am gonna get out. I'm gonna get out 10 contracts And if this price doesn't move, I am gonna go. It's just stupid. I mean, there's no reason this is. It's just the stupid number of sellers right here. There's just too many people selling. So I'm gonna have to undercut these guys. Hopefully, I'll get filled at 29. See if these guys will bid me up. 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 I gotta get out. This was the fucking target. Come on. What are we doing here? Do another 50. Oh wow, that was really big. I did not mean to do that. We do 100 at 22. Oh come on, I'm right there. I don't think these are gonna get filled. Damn it. They can come true. The apology that is long overdue. I question what your better is, and I know you do too. This answer's right in front of me. All you wanted, I do want you, but I bum. You want to better got to jump. Dumbo. Alright, got out break even on that. I made the right call. The stock made the move I wanted it to make, but it's just hard to trade puts because on these have low volume options, and it's really tough to trade the puts. And I can't short the actual stock, so you know, I guess I just don't really need to mess with the options chains on these tiny stocks because it just doesn't look like it's worth it. Even if you trade in the money, like you could trade these in the money once by $1, and you know, the stock will lose like 10% of its value, like it, you know, almost just did. And you know, even then, these things are just super low volume. Maybe they go up 10%. I mean, it's just not worth it. It's just on a volume, so it's okay. Daughter's jumping, get on that beat. My heart is pumping, get on that beat. I really like this on the 5-minute. I know it's low volume, but that's okay if you're doing equity. It's not a big deal. So I'm really digging this position right here. This is super nice. I'm gonna up the stops all at break even, and I'm just gonna chill out. I would go deeper in this, except I don't want to, so I'm not going to. But it's super cool stock otherwise. Get on your feet, just get up and dance. Anyway, obviously these energy plays are working out very, very well. I might oust. I'm gonna spend this time. Let me look at some swing trades for a second. My heart is jumping, get on that beat. My heart is jumping on that beat. This is such a good fucking position. I don't know what to say. These positions is just really good. So I don't see any reason to cut more than break even, or cut more than partial sell the cost basis. You know what I haven't seen in like a year is a dark pool sell on BTI. At about $40. I mean, but these guys even at $40? I guess, yeah. BTI at $39.98. So $39.98 is way up here. I think that's a late sell print, dude. I seriously don't think they've been at that all day. What is it? Ticker's BTI? Alright, one sec. Let me manage this position real quick. I don't like how this is a hammer candle. I don't want it to reverse. So, I'm going to up the stops to the base of this hammer candle, which is 824. 824? Really? No, it was the low. Low of the hammer. 3.2 is the low. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to cancel these, and I am going to go 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be my stop loss on the trade forever. Okay, check this out. BTI just printed. Somebody sold, Alexa, 610,000 times 39.98.
610,000 times 39.98 is 24 million.
Someone just fucking dumped 24 million of this stock. And I don't think they reported it until today. I think it was yesterday, because they weren't at this price today. So I'm thinking this is a late sell print on BTI, which means that... Oh! Man, I was really gonna go for this one, but it just did this reversal over VWAP, dude. It had this hammer candle, and it just didn't work. So, that sucks, man, but... I don't know. I would short it right now if this candle closes on the 5-minute where it's at. I would short the hell out of it. Short it to like down here. Just not an upside on that trade, and I also can't actually physically short stocks, so makes it tough. Okay, but back to British. Okay, if someone's selling these guys at 40, which is basically this MA right here, I think they're dumping at the MA and betting on a bounce. I mean, tell me I'm wrong, but I think that's what's happening. So, I like it. Let's see it happen. You were away, but not where I had. And I still hold on to you, hold on to me, hold on to something I can't see. And I still hold on to me. Yeah, I think somebody just shorted these guys. I guess the question is, do you want to get in on it today? And the answer is, how much are the puts? And the answer to that is... British tobacco, British tobacco, British tobacco. I'm thinking like probably later in the year, maybe November puts or something. December puts. The 35 puts are like $2 or $3. 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 I mean, if these guys really move, then they'll basically probably go to like, here you fall in the heart. They'll probably go to like maybe $18, I'd say is a pretty reasonable target. So for British Tobacco to go to 18 by December, which I think is kind of aggressive, but also probably the only play that logically makes sense, unless you want to buy January 2021. And most of the big downturns are in September, from what I can tell. But that's also just because the market crashed in September, so I don't think that actually is based off of this individual company. But if you look at these big red months are January. These big red months are March. These big months are later in the year. It's kind of February. Yeah, I don't think these are based on the company. I think these are based on the market more than anything else. So this is probably more a market play, but it's also a pretty damn solid market play. So say these things go to 20, which I'll call kind of my reasonable target instead of 18. But, you know, say they go to 20, okay? These will be worth 15. So that's like basically 500%. It's pretty good. It's like pretty good. And you get 35 puts in January for like the same fucking price. Dude, I'll snag up one of those contracts. You want to do it? I think we should do it. Let's see if I can get bid here on 264 puts. To you. Now this does mean I need to start getting out of calls into puts. Am I okay with that? Yeah, I'm okay with that. Let's see if that gets filled. Oh, come on. You know you want to fill that shit. Just do it. Alright, we're filled at 2.9. Right now, I have ET calls, USO calls, and ENLC calls. And those are my only calls. Everything else is puts, so we're getting a little bit more bearish here. We should be fine as long as USO peaks. I know crude oil. What's crude oil doing? Alexa, crude oil price.
As of close on Tuesday, April 20th.
Oh my god, Tuesday doesn't matter. It is Thursday.
Per barrel on the New York Mercantile Exchange.
The New York
Down
Mercantile
75.79%
Exchange.
since previous close.
Oil is up fatty. So that means USO should be up fatty. My call equivalents are 24 strikes for an eighth of the shares. And I say they'll go to like probably $30. So I'm going to hold those calls. I'm going to hold energy calls. Energy calls is the only thing I have calls in right now. Everything else is equity puts for swings. And I think that is totally fucking reasonable. I think that's okay, dokie. Someone just sold ET at 885. They just reported it late. No, they reported it this candle. So that was a good sell. Definitely a good sell. Good out. I am very impressed by that. Good shit. And looks good. Yeah. These things just went from Yeah, so that's pretty much exactly what we're thinking. SECO, like I said, would have been a good short. I can't physically short stocks on this account until I get margin or 2 grand. I think it's margin, but it might be 2 grand. I'm pretty sure it's margin. We'll see what happens. And I think we're going to transition over now into a little bit of option trading. I'm going to leave everything as it is. I'm going to hold these calls. I've outed my cost basis. And they're just doing really well right now. And they're going to keep doing really well for like one more day. I want to see ENLC at like 3, and I want to see ET at 10. And right now they're not there yet. So hopefully they'll get there. Alright. Spy's doing an inverted head and shoulders so we can get some puts expiring Friday on anything. Probably Twitter. Nah, Twitter's down a bunch. Reluctantly, succinctly, Tavi, just let me know what lies within. Da 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 da. You could be my everything, my everything. Don't you say what lies within. You know, I could totally buy fucking ET puts right now. I know I could do it. I'm not gonna do it because that's gonna like totally violate my other trade and go against it. But I'm just saying I can fucking do it. You know, it's like, I want to sell like one more contract. I probably should sell one more contract just because that would out me. I'm only out, you know, I'm not out as much. So let's see. They're at 40. Yeah, dude, I'm up 1,000% on this trade. I will totally fucking sell this at. Yeah, I want me out one more contract at 0.39. Hey.
Hey.
Did you get filled?
Yeah, I got filled at I did 280 instead of 275.
Awesome. Sell another one at 270.
Why? You think these are going down, dude?
It's 20% of the overall position. Sell another one at 270.
One more at 270. Hang on.
All right. Good luck.
All right.
Each perspective's anew. I love me, I am you. That is done to the day. Separate them together. Each perspective's anew. I am me, I am you. I mean, I could just short SPY. Wow. I am me, I am you. Alright, I guess we're doing spy puts. It's just easier to do spy puts sometimes because you just don't know. We're gonna do 290 puts expiring Friday. Alright, good news, good news. We have a really nice setup in the pre-market that's going to tell us exactly where to get out of this position. Alrighty. Yeah, so we'll probably out at 290. Stop at 19142. So wherever 19142 is. And we're in 2. Out at 1. Alright, so we should be fine on that. I didn't get the best fill ever on those trades. I was doing market because it was moving kind of quick, which I'm cool with. I got like 4-cent spreads, which isn't great, especially when like you've got like 1-cent spreads here. So it's something to learn. It also took a little bit to execute, which wasn't what I expected. But besides that, it's not a huge deal. Average cost base is about 178, so not like ideal, but it's fine. I'm gonna up these stops, at least up this one. But yeah, it's a pretty nice little head and shoulders there on SPY. Half got stopped out. I would add to it, but I have 400 in buying power, and I want to save a little bit of it for the end of the day. So I'm just gonna do probably this last trade, then go get lunch, and I'll kind of come back later, be done with it. A lot of this was based off of ET, like pumping down. So if these guys don't break down, I'm gonna close this position. So we'll just see what it does right here. This is a really important moment. Oh, taking off. Boing. What about that? Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da in my heart. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Look at that. That's really nice right there. Nobody is even touching dark pools right now, which is great. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Taking off. GE is, yeah, so this is all looking really good. I'm doing an OCO at my target, which I'm gonna do conservatively at 290.13. So let me do that, and I'm gonna probably just go to lunch after that, to be honest. Could care less. It's not exactly what I wanted. I wanted a little bit lower, so maybe like 212, 215. No, that's a little bit too much. Maybe 212. Let's see. Yeah, 212 is pretty much where I want it. I mean, unless it's like gonna keep moving like that, then obviously that's not where I want it. I mean, I want to sell when the stock gets to here, right? Sometimes it's hard to do that because you have to understand the pricing models of these contracts. The ones that are at the money right now are about 212, so I'm pretty okay with setting a sell at 210 or 215 or something, because they should execute pretty much a-okay. So yeah, cool. I'm gonna leave that. I think that's a pretty reasonable trade. Ugh. Ooh. All right. Now I'm gonna stop it at 164. So that'll give me 10 cents of downside and 30 or 40 cents of upside, which is the equivalent of about 20% with 5 down. So that should be good as long as it doesn't fuck me over right here. So I'm gonna go get lunch, and I will see you guys after. I guess I should probably stop the stream for a little bit, and then probably just come back later. So I mean, unless you guys want me to just leave the stream on. See if anyone's watching. Let's see. What do you think about CHK? Okay, let's do CHK. What's CHK? CHK. Chesapeake. Ooh, I love Chesapeake. Okay, wait. So is this guy still watching? Maybe. I can't tell. I don't know if you're still there. But starting CHK right now. Okay. So CHK. Basically, the deal with these guys is they're day trade. I've seen these guys. I've day traded these guys like probably 12, 13 times over the last like 2-3 years, and these guys have just massive daily moves off of pre-market activity. This day right here was a freaking crazy day. The stock went right here from. Sorry, wait. Is this the wrong? It's totally okay. Chesapeake has. Oh yeah, they did a reverse split. Okay, so the reason it's a $200 stock, so they did 1 to 200 reverse split. So like when I'm looking at the stock right here, it's not going to be accurate because like I'm thinking about CHK, which is like a $1 stock or a 60-cent stock or an 80-cent stock. But they just did a 200 reverse split, right? So if they were at like 80 cents, that means they're now going to be at $160, which is crazy. So when I'm talking about these moves, just understand that like 321 to 480 is the equivalent of saying like 480 divided by 200, which is like 2.4, and then 321 divided by 200, which is 320 divided by 200, which is like 10, I think, or times 320, right? 1.6. So you're looking at a move from like 1.60 move. That's like a 50% move, right? So this day right here, I remember trading it was basically like a 50% gain this day. It was a really solid setup. There's a pre-market gap, and it just did really well. It was on, if you just look up pre-market gainers, it was basically, you just go to like one of the first websites that comes up right here, Stock Market Watch. I see these guys on here all the time as one of the top gaining stocks, like just constantly. CHK is a really common one here, and especially with stocks do reverse splits like this, these are really common like day trade stocks. So for me, like if you're thinking about this long, he said in a week. Okay, so in a week, yeah. So with like day trade stocks, it's kind of usually really tough to like know what they're gonna do like a week from now. It's hard, right? Usually you just trade these because they have like a pre-market gain, and after the pre-market gain they just explode, right? Or it's rare, like they'll rarely have a trend like this. If you look at it, it's usually up and down and up and down and up and down. It's really kind of it's kind of unpredictable usually, but there can be exceptions, right? So first thing I would want to see is if there's any like big news on it. So it looks like, yeah, they're gonna go bankrupt, which isn't unreal. Like this is why usually like 99.99% of the time when you have stocks that basically you're only day trading, you never ever want to hold these overnight. And the reason why is because you have companies that will literally file bankruptcy after market, and then the next day they'll open down 33%. I know PCG, Pacific Gas, right? I think the ticker's PGE, or maybe it's PCG. Pacific Gas, yeah, PCG, even their stuff's getting delisted right now because they're going bankrupt. These guys basically had this big wildfire. There was this massive fire that they started in California that killed like tons of people, and everyone blamed them as the energy company. And in one day they lost like 60% of the stock value. I mean, it was insane. It was crazy. It happened overnight, and it happened like 5 times. I mean, it was just berserk. And that's what can happen sometimes if you hold stocks like these overnight, is one day they can come out and just basically say that they're declaring bankruptcy, and then the stock will just tank. I mean, it's like it'll just go like that. And so with these trades, you never ever hold them overnight. I remember like I think a year ago, I was trading this stock. I forget the ticker, but it was something basically. It was like CHK, right? It was a similar kind of company where, you know, you have really big swings, and if pre-market gain is going to bring it a little bit more volume, but like it was like one of these companies where you have really big swings and you just day trade it. And what happened is I was trading on my phone, and I was trading on my phone, and I was using Robinhood, which is the stupidest thing you can ever do. Like, don't trade on Robinhood, especially on active trades where it's like a 1-minute entry and a 10-minute exit. It's the worst. Or even if it's just don't do it. It's bad. And I was making this trade, and the trade got frozen. Like, Robinhood went down, and the order execution, they couldn't cancel my order. They couldn't like finish my order. And I contacted support. I'm like, yo, sell this position. Just get the hell out of this stock. I don't want to hold it overnight. It's going to be bad stuff. And they couldn't do it by the end of the day. And so I had to hold it for like a week while they tried to fix my account, which is just stupid. And I lost like 60% on it. It was a pretty sizable position. It was my normal position size. And I got hammered on it. And the reason why, it wasn't really that much that I couldn't get out. Like the first day it only went down 10%. The reason why is because if you hold that stuff overnight, it can get messed up. And for me, that was like 60%. Because these things will just go down hard freaking core. Okay. Now I kind of see what you're saying with the stock like looking so cheap. I have all these support lines and resistance lines from before they did the reverse split. See, they were a freaking solid stock. They moved hardcore at 80 cents at $1. But I guess they did that reverse split because they're gonna go bankrupt and they wanted to stay listed before they went bankrupt. Stuff like that. But anyway, my point with these is these are really kind of hard to tell overnight. It's just super risky. I don't know if you have like news on it or you have like some kind of like information on it, but I mean they don't make money from what I can tell. Their PE doesn't exist, their earnings doesn't exist. In terms of like a 1 week play, I guess you'd be looking at like the 4-hour candles. So if you're looking at the 4-hour candles, oh my gosh, wow. So this was when they split. See, the same thing happened with USO, right? USO, I have calls in USO, right? They split. And usually what happens is, especially with reverse splits, because people will freak out over reverse splits, is you have like these really big initial gains like right after a reverse split, and then after that it just tanks. So for me, like I'm making this play right now on USO where I want these guys to hit like probably $25 because they just did this reverse split for a 1 to 8. I want to kind of hit like $25, and you know, like after they reverse split, they're gonna crash, and it's just gonna do like really bad. There's this company that went public today. I don't know if it's gonna show up on TD or not, or on Yahoo Finance. Oh, I guess it's a different ticker. I saw there was this IPO today for EYES, but I guess it was a different ticker. But if you look at stuff like Uber, if you look at stuff like the Beyond Meat, like after you, I like to think of reverse splits kind of like IPOs because they're really similar, like in terms of investor reaction. You basically have a really big initial run up, and then just this huge dump. People like when they see a reverse split, they're like, oh, this stock is it's worth a ton more now, right? And everyone should get in it, and that's what people do, and they buy it up for a little bit, and it lasts for a little bit, and then usually after that initial explosion, it just gets thrown off the cliff. Honestly, this chart looks a little bit like Inovio. So if you think about sort of the logic, and this is probably where your play is. If you're going to make a play on this, here's what the play is. Basically, just think about it like this, okay? This is Chesapeake Energy. Just pretend this is Chesapeake Energy. They do a reverse split, and they explode a bunch, and now they're down a bunch. And they're going to stay down a bunch for a decent chunk of time. I'd say probably at least until, like, the end of Friday. And it's going to probably have to have, like, some kind of bull day. And what can happen, and basically, I had a buddy, he was in Inovio. He bought this shit at like $4 or $6. He was like a genius science guy. He's like, they're going to cure the coronavirus. They're going to be awesome. And he made a ton of money, but he didn't sell. And he was holding. He's like, what should I do? And it was his first investment ever. And I'm like, bro, like, I don't know. Like, this is a hard trade to make. This is a difficult call because you just don't really know what it's going to do. You just don't know. And I'll show you a similar company, and then I'll wrap it up because I think this will kind of give you your answer and help you know what play to make here. With IBIO, I was going to make a play on these guys. They looked really, really similar to Inovio, and I thought these guys are going to explode. And they might still explode. I don't know. I've got like levels where like if they hit like 160, I'm probably going to buy the hell out of it. But like they had this huge explosion, and then they go down a bunch like Inovio, right? But here's the interesting part, okay? Inovio goes down a bunch, and Chesapeake goes down a bunch, and stocks after IPOs, they go down a bunch, and some of them go up a ton after that, right? So with Inovio, they went up a ton. You gotta wait a while. Sometimes you have to wait a while. This is the hard thing with it. You don't know how long you have to wait for this period right here. You have no clue how long you have to wait. And then it did pretty freaking. I mean, it basically doubled in like 2 days. And you see the same thing if you're looking at, if you look at stuff like Bitcoin, right? Exact same thing, where you've got this really big initial spike up, and then it's a play of like how long you have to wait for the next thing to happen, right? So if you look at like this kind of time period right here, this is my favorite ABCD like ever. You've got this huge waiting period after the initial run up, so it spikes, and then you wait. You just don't know when it's gonna go up again until it hits. So I don't know if you know the ABCD setup, right? But the ABCD setup, let's just put this on the log scale. Basically, the strat, and this is what I'm doing with the Novi, with the IBIO, is you have sort of this initial run up, right? So the initial run up is like this A, where it has this big spike, and then your B is kind of this like little downturn, right? So you kind of want this little downturn that comes after the run up, right? And then the next part is the part where with swing trades, and if you're making any trade over 5 days of time, you don't know how long this is gonna last, and that's the C, right? And this right here usually isn't particularly long. Usually it'll kind of be done by like right about here, whatever time frame the chart is, right? But what you're really, really looking for, and what matters more than anything, is the breakout of a new high, right? And so you have a new high, and then Bitcoin goes from $1,000 to 20, right? I mean, everyone's got that one down on lock. And that's what I think the play here is with Chesapeake, if you want to make a play on it. This is really risky. And the reason it's really risky is because they're going into bankruptcy. So like if in a week they declare their final bankruptcy filing, the stock's going to go to $0 overnight, and they will be off the market within like 3 weeks. And so I wouldn't put more than like a 1% position in this. I don't know if they have options contracts. Let me check. I've always done them as a day trade, so like I wouldn't really prefer doing options on them. They do have options though. So if you wanted to make a play on this, I would give it probably like a week to settle, or at least 4 days to settle. And I don't know if you want to go up or down. If you look at say like the 20s, right? The near the money calls are like $3 for 22s. And then the near the money puts are not accurately priced because they just did this reverse split. I'm looking right now at like June 19 just to give you a little bit of time value. But if you're going to make a shorter play like maybe June 5th, you're looking at like $6 puts and like $4 calls. So for them to maybe go to like 30, you could probably double your money. Hold on, let me yeah, that's fine, it's not a big deal. But it's a hard play because you don't know if they're gonna have this retrace, like when it's gonna be, or if it's gonna even happen at all, because these guys just have been flat and flat and flat and flat and flat. But like if they spike back up and they hit a new high, like that could be really big, right? You take this height right here usually, and you add that. Sorry, my bad. Take this height right here, and you add that to the top, and that's kind of your price target. At least conservatively, I think that's kind of something you could see happen here with IBIO, not with IBIO, with Chesapeake. Like if they kind of make it up to like $30 or so, then they could maybe go to like 70. But the thing is, it's just such low probability because they're going bankrupt and they just did a 200-to-1 reverse split. So I wouldn't bet like a ton on it, just because this company is so volatile and they're in the energy sector, and it's not particularly like unheard of, especially right now, for like a company in the energy sector to go bankrupt. I know there's already been a pipeline company that's gone bankrupt, and when a company goes bankrupt, their stock is worth zero, right? So you don't really want to own that most of the time. I mean, they don't even. I've never done a swing trade on Chesapeake. I've only day traded them, and it's not a big deal. There could be a play here. I have some call. I mean, I have a lot of calls in energy companies right now, so there could be a far out play here on Chesapeake. If they make like a new high or something, if they could come back up. I mean, they would have to break I think at least $25 for it to even like register with investors. And if they break 40, they'll probably go to 60. So, I mean, you could do probably, as long as they close over this moving average right here, which is at like 39, if they kind of close at like 40, you could do kind of like 1 month calls, and I mean, those should be about like $2 out of the money, maybe $3. I paid $2 or $3 for calls maybe, if it did that by like next week. And then within like 6 days, it should probably be like 60, 70, kind of within this range right here. If you look at it historically, when they bounce, they usually bounced off of this moving average. This is the 50, this is the 100 daily. It's been a pretty harsh resistance for them historically, so I would probably out most of that position at the 100 daily if you did calls, because you don't want to hold into that retrace at all, ever. So I would probably break out at 40, probably hold till like 80 or 90. That's a really, really solid trade. That's it should be about a 10 or a 20x trade if they can make that breakout. Like I said though, really risky trade, so I would do a small position size on it if they do that. In terms of what they're gonna do in the next week, like I don't know. It's like it'll probably just go sideways a bunch for like 4 days. But if they can break 40, you have something really nice here. And yeah, energy has been a really interesting sector. I would really, really have to look more into this bankruptcy. I don't know how serious this bankruptcy is. Like if this is like 100% they're going bankrupt, then then it's a really hard play to make because you don't want to really trade that usually. It looks like they're oil and gas, and oil's, you know, shit. Gas isn't as bad though, so that's the only thing that could save them is the gas, right? I guess you'd probably want to see if their balance sheet's on here. And just don't fall into the fallacy of thinking you don't want to buy expensive stocks, because I wish I had like a stock I could show an example of this on. There's one I traded today. I forget which one it was. I think it was MRKR maybe? MRKR. Like, you don't want to get stuck in the fallacy of thinking like, oh, the stock made a new high, it's super expensive, I shouldn't trade it. Because apparently if I stayed in this trade, I would have made like another 10 or 20%. So it's like okay to buy things when they're at their high, because they'll keep going if they have the momentum, right? And so that's kind of the play here with Chesapeake is you're looking for something that's a little bit like this. And I think this is pretty much what I don't think there's much to do here on the downside. Like, this company's going to go bankrupt. They're going to go to zero. But if you're going to short this, it's just super risky. And the reason why is because I've seen so many times when this stock will go up 20 or 30% in the pre-market. The market will open, the shorts will get squeezed out, and the stock will double in a day. So there's just the risk reward on shorting is just really bad. I wouldn't short this stock because Chesapeake Energy, like I said, they're a day trade stock. They are not predictable. They will do whatever they want. They are a crazy company. But in terms of going long, these guys have had seriously crazy swings before. I think if it happens, what you're going to see happen is really similar to something that Stellar did a couple years ago. And here's where it is right here, right? So the coin, basically they were at like zero, like a penny. They went to like 9 pennies, and then they went to like 30 cents, right? So they go to 30 cents, then they crash. They go down to 20 cents. They go down to 15, 20 cents, right? They go down to 15 cents. They lose half of their value, which is basically what's going on right now with Chesapeake, because they've gone from 40, they're probably going to bottom out at like maybe 12. I'm not 100% sure on that. It depends on how long it takes. It could go all the way down to like 4, I don't know. But they're probably going to lose a pretty good chunk of their value, right? They're going to lose, I mean, they've already lost 50% of their value after the split. And this is an elevated price, so I wouldn't base it off this price, because this price, like I said, is elevated because of the reverse split. I would base it off of this price, which is 200 times whatever it was at before they split, which I can't really tell. Let's see, CHK. So before the split, when was the split? The split was today, or split was not? It was on April 15th. So before the split, they were at, on April 15th, they were at, where were they at? So they were at 18.27. When you have a reverse split, stuff will get messed up. You'll have a big gap in the middle. So I'm just going to say they were at $27 at the reverse split. Alexa, 27 divided by 2. Alexa, 27 divided by 2.
27 divided by 2 is 13.5.
Yeah, so I would probably want these guys at 13 before I made a move on them. Maybe 12 or 10. I think they'll go below this moving average pretty easily. They do have a support at 13 and 12. But like I said, if you want to make big money on this play, I really am pretty confident that you're going to want to see a new high. Okay, you're going to want to see a new high at 40. You're going to want to see a candle, at least on the 4-hour interval, close at 40. Preferably 2, close it. Ooh, no way! I got filled on that! Yeah! I know you guys can't hear the sound, but I could hear the order tick thing. And I totally just got filled on that. That's a dope order. That's a really nice head and shoulders setup. Look at that. You got your first shoulder here, you got your head right here, you got your shoulder right here. And it just fucking goes straight to target! Oh, I'm sorry. That was really good. Okay, so anyway, they're gonna go sideways. I like this stock. I didn't know, this was not on my radar. I didn't even know that they did this reverse split. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm gonna go on my phone right now. I'm gonna open up the TD Ameritrade app, Thinkorswim app, and I'm gonna set a notification. And if these guys hit $40, and the bankruptcy, you really need to check the bankruptcy before you enter this trade. If these guys hit $40 though, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have my guy who does all my fundamentals. I'm gonna have him look at if they're gonna go bankrupt or not, and he'll get back to me usually in a couple hours. If these guys are like not gonna immediately go bankrupt in like a month, then I think you have a really good play here if these guys break over $40. So I'm gonna do a notification for these guys over $40. It's not a big position. This is probably about a 1/3 to 1/2 standard position allocation. I wouldn't do a big position on this just because it is ludicrously risky. And you also hopefully want to see the market kind of greenish, since this is a call play. At least I think it's a call play. And yeah, I think if you can get that, if you can get these guys at 40, their balance sheet right now, no, they have in cash. They've got $6 million in cash. That's really bad. What's the company worth? The company's market cap's 180 million. So for them to have 6 million in cash is like really bad. It's just awful. So that's probably why they're going bankrupt. Same thing's happening right now with the gym. What's the gym? Oh, what's the gym? Gym bankrupt. Gosh, 5-hour fitness, I think. 24-hour fitness. Yeah, 24-hour fitness. These guys were making. Let me look at the stock for you. These guys were making, I think, $1.5 billion a quarter, or $1.5 billion a month or something. And I don't think they're public. I guess they're not public. They were making like $1.5 billion. I think it was a month from what I saw. Maybe it was a year, something like that. And they had like $1 million in cash or some ludicrously low number like that. And I think that's what you're happening with Chesapeake, is they have like no cash on hand at all. So you got two things that could happen here. The first thing that happens is they go bankrupt. I think it'll take a couple of months for them to go bankrupt. If you look at their cash flow, a vast bulk of their cash flow is like negative income because they have negative earnings. Like they don't make money. And not a lot of it is, it's mostly debt, right? So it's not so much employees, right? Like some of it's employees, but most of it's debt just because of the way energy companies work. So because of that, the PPP, like the paycheck stuff, the government funding isn't going to help them as much unless Congress specifically says it's going to be a bailout for oil companies. Like that's one thing that could really pump this stock up like 100% in a day, 200% after the market opens, is if there's a Congress bill tomorrow that says that they're going to support oil and gas industry, or if there's a Congress bill tomorrow that says that they're not going to make you pay back debt. And my dad works in corporate municipal bonds with Wells Fargo, and they are not lightening up on their bonds. They are not halting payments. Like the people that are borrowing money from big companies, which is what these guys are. They're a big company borrowing bonds and big money from another big company that's lending them that money to invest in the energy sector. I think there's about a 5 to 12% chance that they are not going to have to pay back their debts. I am pretty damn confident that they're going to keep having to pay back their debts. And if you look at their balance sheet, they have no money. Like they have $500,000, almost $1 billion in receivables, but they have no money. And I don't think they're going to be able to freaking pay their bills. And so that's probably why they're obviously going into bankruptcy, right? So if they can't make the money, they're going to be basically in bankruptcy court. So the play here really is a shorter term, like maximum 1 week trade on them bouncing. I wouldn't make a bet on them going bankrupt because yes, you can make money on that, but it's also just extraordinarily risky. Unless you want to set a tight stop loss, like you could do a stop loss at like 20 and short them right now, and you could maybe be okay with it. I wouldn't make that trade. That's a hard trade to make. That's a really hard trade to make. Anything here is going to be a hard trade to make. The only way this is going to be an easy trade is if they break $40. And that's the only way I would make this trade, is if they break $40. If they break $40, then I'll hold this thing to like 80. The calls will go up about 20x, and it'll give you a really good risk reward on that trade. Assuming you're looking at about 1 month out calls. You could also do about 2 week out calls. I think you'd be fine with that, because this is basically going to move basically about at the same speed as ET, okay? So with ET, I bought calls from these guys like, I'm sorry, not ET, ENLC. ET was a little bit, I mean, ET was the same. They're basically the same. I bought, I'll just do ET because it's had a little bit more of a progression. Like I bought calls ET when they were at 4, and then they went up a bunch. And I bought calls again 3 days ago when they were at 7. And the calls I bought when they were at 7 were shorter expiration date, and they've gone up like 1,000%. The calls I bought at 4 only went up 300%, right? So you can make a lot more money just trading this last part of the movement, even though there's already been like this much of a movement. Once it makes a new high, so ET, right, they made a new high like right here. They made a new high at like $7.50. Even though you're missing out on the entire price movement that's right here, you can actually make like 4 times more money if you just trade shorter expiration dates. Because my calls here were out for like a year or 2 out. I mean, it was crazy far expiration dates. And so I know it's gonna sound like hard. And if you're doing an equity play, I don't know, are you doing equity or options? Oh, you have $2 puts. Oh, nice. Okay. So you have $2 puts 3 days ago for 515. Dude, that's really good. That's super impressive. How many? How many? Okay, go. What is that? Which strike is it at? Oh, you bought. Oh, wait. So, super far. Damn. Like, are they the... You said you bought $2 puts, right? So the stock's at like 20. So, and you said 3 days ago, right? So, CHK, the split wasn't 3 days ago, I don't think. The split was like a week ago, right? On April 15th. Oh, dude, that is a crazy good position. Dude, guys. That's a steal. What? Genius. This guy's genius. That is such a crazy cool play. So I guess 3 days ago was Monday, so they were at like 4 cents, and now they're at 20 cents. So that's like, yeah. Oh god, I wish I knew the numbers. Okay, wait, so okay. That is a fucking genius play, man. That's super cool. Wow, that's a lot of money. Just a heads up for next time. Like, this was a really good play. I know a lot of people that do really well with like super far OTM puts. Paid 5 cents. That is awesome, dude. That's really cool. Like 3 days ago, these guys were at 30. Like, I just for next time, right? I want you to kind of understand this, because I used to. It might be just because you have a small account, which is totally cool. I trade super far out of the money too if the contracts are really expensive. But just want you to kind of know this for the future, because it's really it's like, I know this guy. He was one of my students. He was trading SPCE, right? And he thought SPCE was gonna go down like when they were at $30. Like, he was a legit genius. I mean, it was crazy. He's in the aerospace, like he builds rockets like for a living. Like he's literally a freaking NASA, not NASA. He's at Georgia Tech, and he like builds rockets. So like he knows the industry really well, and so he shorted these guys at 30, and he shorted them at like what he did was he bought $3 puts. Okay, he bought $3 puts. I was like, holy shit, dude. And anyway, long story short, the stock goes down here. And the puts, they were at like $20, $25, $30, which again are more expensive, but if you can afford them, usually. So anyway, the puts that were like at $20 or $30, like these puts, I think from my memory, went up by a factor of 40. It might have been 20. It was like 20, 30, 40. It's like right around that range. But his puts only 10x. The reason why is because they were so far out of the money, and it's just really hard to trade super far OTM. And just to kind of give you that as an example, what I want to do is show you what happened here. So these are the 30 puts. The 30 puts went from 7 to like 15, but the thing is they have so much more liquidity, right? So these basically doubled, just like your position basically doubled, maybe tripled. I don't know. God, wow, that is ballsy, dude. Super far OTM. From what I can tell, you have basically the same price movement as the like near the money ones. So I would kind of probably do near the money next time. But in terms of like what you should do with these, if you bought at 5 cents, and right now, if you look at the level 2, look at level 2, there, I'd say you probably get 15 cents for these. You could sell these right now, it looks like, for 15 cents. Oh! Somebody was bidding 15, but now it's gone. Yeah, it's a hard game to play, man, but it's definitely good money. Did you do it, was it like because you liked it? I don't know. There's so many reasons to trade far OTM, but it's just a lot harder than closer to the money. But anyway, what I would do here is I would wait for, I think it's pretty easily, like as long as the market stays down for the next couple of days. Like I said, these guys are probably going to go to 13, like, without much resistance. I don't think it's going to be, like, that difficult for them to get to 13. And when they get to 13, I would probably, like, sell the amount that you have to sell to recover your entire initial investment, which should be about half, maybe a third, maybe a sixth. Because these contracts should basically be at, like, 30 or 40 cents. So you should be able to sell, like, probably 10% of them, 20% of them, and recoup your entire initial investment if you paid... 5 cents for them. So I would probably, I mean, right now they're trading at like, you know, I don't know if this was like a messy like gamble play, which for me, like, this would be like a play, like a messy little play, right? Where it's like you put up the money, you're like, this is gonna work or it won't. I'm gonna give it time to work, and that's kind of the thing. You just have to give it enough time to work, right? I've had this position for like 3 days on iTub, and it just went up, I think, 80 some odd percent today. But it's not like I'm holding it for like 100% or a 200% gain. So it depends on like what your targets are usually. Like my targets usually for swing trades are like 200, 400, 500, 600% or something like that. And like I wouldn't want to do much less than that in terms of partial selling. They went down a lot today. So they were at like 20. Like if you could get these guys back, because 13 really is your target. I'm not gonna lie, they expire on 5/15. I mean, that's in like 2 weeks. Yeah. The deal is the last week of the contract is going to be like the worst week in terms of time value. Like this thing is going to shrivel up like a raisin in the last week of the contract. So I would not, unless you have a really good reason, I would not hold this contract past I think next Friday. If I check my calendar, make sure that's right. I would 100% like close this contract by next Friday, because if you don't, the time value is going to go straight down. It's going to be super quick. Over the next couple of days, you're probably going to lose about 5 to 10% a day in time value. In the last week, with like the last final week, you're going to lose like 20 to 30, 40% a day in time value. It's going to be massive. So I would definitely close this by next Friday. I think it's a reasonable play. It's a pretty like nice. It's pretty nice. it's a pretty nice trade. They've gone down a lot. So, I mean, for them to lose half of their value, you should be up more than 100%. I don't think it's getting priced very accurately right now. Let's see, CHK. What I would do is, like, once it goes up, like, by a factor of 3, I would sell a third. I would sell a third when you make 300%. When it gets to 15, I would sell a third at 15, maybe a fourth at 20, depending on how fast it moves, or maybe like a sixth at 30, which it was at today. I would definitely like try to get out like a third to a sixth, something around that range, where you getting out covers like 80 to 100 to like 120% of your original investment. And what I would do is I would hold the rest of it till it hits 13, and then once it hits 13, assuming it hits 13, I would probably sell another half of it at 13, and then depending on the bankruptcy, like if they're gonna go bankrupt, this is a really nice play. So I think you have a lot of upside here in terms of if they actually do go to like 0. So what I would do is when you have about half of your position left, I would probably slowly etch out the last quarter of it around the $10 mark. This moving average is going to be a big bounce point, but it should go through it. It's going to take time though. Like it's not going to happen by next week. So for me, or for you, I would really try to scale out aggressively, like around 12, because 12 is going to be big support. It's going to bounce at 12. It's going to probably bounce at 12, and it's going to take like 4 days to kind of consolidate, just based off of what Inovio's been doing. This is what I'm talking about right here, right? It's going to kind of consolidate, and you don't have time for this thing to consolidate, and you definitely don't have time for it to bounce back up. So what I would do, I would basically, let me get the chart back up. I would sell a third once it gets to about 30 cents a contract. If it moves quickly, maybe sell a quarter at a third at 18 cents a contract, or 15, 18. Maybe about a quarter, sell a quarter at 24. Like one of those two, not both of those, like one of them. Like either a third at 20, or a third at 15, a third at 18, or a fourth at 20, a fourth at 25. So then you'll have no risk in the trade because you have no risk because you got all your initial investment back. And I would hold the rest of it till 12. I would probably sell most of it at 12 because I'm a pussy. If you're not a pussy, you can, or 12 or 13. 12 or 13 is going to be really a hard spot for it to break. And that should be a 600% trade. Those should be worth about 30 to 40 cents based off of what it did today, because it went to 14 today and it went to 30. So I would look for a target here of about 40 cents. You're going to want to stop out probably if they go above 24.22 for more than like 2 days. What could happen is tomorrow it goes green and then it does a red, green, red. Red, green, red would be awesome. That would be really good. In the short term, I think if it does a red, green, red, then it'll go to about 12.75. I would close most of the trade out at 12.75. You should get about 600% out of that. You can hold like the last tenth of it if you want to like bet that they're gonna go like to like 7. Maybe last 20% of it. I would hold if you do want to hold. I would hold just a little bit of it. But again, I would seriously close this out by like next Friday at the latest, because there's no way that the stock hits 2 unless they go bankrupt, which is probably not going to happen. If it does happen, that's great. That's like awesome. You're gonna turn 4 cents into $2, which is awesome. That's the equivalent of turning like $100 into, or you turn 5 cents into $2. And that's like turning $100 into 5 grand, which is awesome. But it's a really low chance. So I would try to sell a bunch of this at like 13 or 12, and just lock in your base. And you should make a couple 100%. That's a really good trade, dude. The payout, yeah. So if you sell like a third of your position, or let's say you sell a fourth of your position at 20, and then you have 75% of the rest of your position. The rest of your position should make about 600%. So your net on that trade should be around the ballpark of 400 to 450, 475, 500%. You should make about 500% on that trade. It's a good fill at 5 cents. I wouldn't take the trade right now. It's just like really risky. That's just stupid risky. But if you're in it, man, that's good news for you. I'm sorry, they should be worth more considering this massive drop, but they're just not. You've got a nice little crossover on the daily the 4-hour MACD crossover, so it's nice in terms of that. It's definitely a risky trade, but it looks like you did really well with it so far. So I would just make sure that this 4-hour MACD stays, you know, solid, and you should be good. Sorry, 4 hours. You're looking at the 4-hour chart here. I want to see these guys at like 10. Like 10 would be the dream. Like these guys at 10, I would probably sell like 70, 80, 90% of the trade at 10. 10, 60, 10, 50. Like get this moving average right here. And those contracts should be worth about 700% more, 800% more. And just make sure you close it out by Friday. And just keep a tight stop on it. Keep a tight watch on it, which you're probably already doing considering how far OTM it is, because it's just such a difficult trade to make. But dude, seriously, keep me updated. I definitely want to see how this trade works out. And if it breaks 40, I'm going to get in calls like no one's business. I don't think it's going to break 40, to be honest. And I totally don't have this ball. Like, dude, you got some steel balls to be on this trade right now. Like, this is a freaking ballsy trade. Like, oh my gosh, that's really impressive. I didn't hear about this news of the reverse split, or I would probably be in it with you. Unfortunately, I totally didn't hear about it. You could have made about 100% easily on these farther OTM ones. So next time, just for future reference, dude, I would 100% make sure you're trading like further OTM, because these puts right here that are further near the money, the ones that are like in the money now, but the ones that were out of the money originally, like 30 puts, the 30 puts doubled and they stay doubled because they're in the money. What happens with the further out of the money ones, which you know, is they'll double and then they'll tank because there's no volume, right? So they went to 30 cents today, now they're at fucking 6. And that sucks, right? And that happens because it's just so far out of the money. And I had this happen to me. The VIX is going to help you because the more volatility in the VIX, the more value in the further OTM puts. But I've had this happen to me a lot where you get super far out of the money puts. I had some really, like, in terms of volatility, they were far out of the money. They were like 10 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent puts on chem. And like they were at like 25, 24 when the stock was at 26. And the people that own the stock, like they thought 25 was like a mile away. So I bought puts like here. And I mean, these things were worth like a penny for like a month. And then they were worth like $4, $5, $6. So you've got to be able to hold this shit if you're doing far OTM. You just have to be able to live with that volatility, which is just kind of the way it plays out. It's a really good trade, man. That's cool. That's really cool. So should be solid. I would just do kind of what we just said. I would basically sell a quarter at 20 once they, assuming they get there, and then basically scale out of the trade going towards 10, scale out at 12, scale out at 13, depending on how fast the movement is, and try to out most of it at 10. Maybe if you're super bearish, hold the last 10%, see if it goes to like $5. And unless you have a really good reason to keep on holding, I would sell all of it at the latest next Friday. So yeah, dude. Thanks, Yakful. Yeah, you bet, man. That's a really cool trade right there. Thanks for the ticker, dude. That is super cool. So I will be I'll be watching it. We'll see what happens. Cool. Alrighty. The SPY trade went really well. We were doing, what were we doing? We were doing, I think, what were we doing here? SPY 290 puts. I outed a lot of it at 212. 290. Let me change this back to 20 strikes. I sold at 212. I think that's pretty reasonable. This will probably go sideways for the rest of the day. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm gonna go to the bathroom, get some lunch, have some fun until like 3 o'clock, and then come back and just mess around with stuff at the end of the day. So for right now, I'm stop the stream, and I'll probably just trade myself later on. Maybe I'll go live if I see some big stuff. So yeah, that's probably the big play there. So cool. I'll see you guys 100% on Friday. Today's Thursday, so Amazon reports today. I think KEM has some big news today. I have puts in them. I might snap up some Amazon puts. I'm honestly pretty bearish on Amazon, but they've just been going up so much that it's like it's a ballsy play to make. You know, it's like, you really want to short Amazon? For me, the answer to that question is yes. The question is if you want to do it before earnings report. So I'm going to think about that play because I know they do report tonight. and a lot of people have been reporting this week and just been exploding. But today was the first day when stocks reported earnings that were shit, and the market actually sold them afterwards. Great example of that's Facebook. Like Facebook right now, they were up like 20% the other day in the pre-market, and now they're only up 6%. So, and they were the only green one off of earnings. So I'm gonna seriously consider some Amazon puts, and I'm gonna do some more plays later in the day. But I'm gonna peace out for now, guys. Hope you got a ton of value out of today's training. Go out there, apply it, absolutely crush it, dude. Congrats on that trade on Chesapeake Energy. That is super awesome. That's 600%. That is really, just really impressive. Really nice job there. And congratulations. So with that said, thank you guys so much. Go out there, apply it, absolutely crush it. And I'm going to leave you today with some inspiring head and shoulders setups. This is a head and shoulders setup this morning at 2 a.m. on Bitcoin. This trade is easily a 400%, 500%, 600% trade with leverage. And it just freaking works, man. Had another head and shoulders today on SPY. And so if you learn nothing else, like please learn the head and shoulders setup, because it is the coolest thing on the freaking planet. I think I have a module on it in the Stock Market Secrets series, so most of you guys have probably seen it. Just go under playlists and see, where's Stock Market Secrets? Yeah, there's this freaking dope one. Definitely make sure you understand head and shoulders, because we did. I think it's complex setups. This one right here, Technical Analysis Wednesdays 3. Watch the hell out of this. Because that's basically where all our money today came from, where it was head and shoulders setups, which is pretty dope. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and have an awesome day. Bye.